Good morning, guys. Today is 29th January 2021, Friday, and welcome back to our channel. We are starting with our today's current affairs of the day here. Let's look at the slide number one, what it says. It says India announces pledge of dollar 1,50,000 to UN Peace Building Fund. Okay, so this is the amount which India has agreed to pay to the UN. The fund is in the UN's financial instrument for first report to sustain peace in countries or situation at the risk or affected by the violent conflict. The fund requires $1.5 billion for 2020 to 2024 and has invested over $1.2 billion to date in over 60 countries. Our next slide said Swaminathan Jayakirman and Ashwin Kumar Tiwari appointed as the SBI MDs. So both are currently serving as Deputy Managing Director of the bank. Okay, appointments are for the period of 3 years. SBI traditionally has the four MDs. Okay, two of the MD positions were vacant. The other two serving MDs of the bank are C.S. Sethi and Ashwin Bhatia. Dinesh Kumar Khare is the chairman of SBI. Who is the chairman? Dinesh Kumar Khare. Our next news is coming from Tata Consultancy Services, that is TCS. Brand value rises to by $1.4 billion to 20 in 2020, highest among IT service globally. Brand Finance IT Services 25, that is 2021 report. TCS grew in a challenging year when the brand value of IT services companies collectively dropped by 3%, also ranked TCS at the third position among the top 25 IT companies globally. TCS CEO Rajesh Gopinath was ranked fifth in the brand guardianship index 2021. Okay, who is the CEO? That is Rajesh Gopinath. Okay, next news is coming from IEA, that is your International Energy Agency. It says the India inks memorandum of understanding. India has inked with whom? With international energy agencies for global energy security, stability, and sustainability. This is the reason for which the India has signed this memorandum of understanding. This framework of strategic partnership will lead to an extensive exchange of knowledge and would be a stepping stone towards India becoming a full member of IEA, that is your International Energy Agency. IEA Secretary will be responsible for implementation of cooperative activities in India. Okay, let's look at the next slide. It says India and Denmark launch green strategic partnership that will enable Denmark in delivering sustainable solution to India. It is mutually beneficial agreement to advance political cooperation, expand economic relationship and green growth, create jobs and strengthen cooperation on addressing global challenges and opportunities with focus on implementing Paris Agreement and UN SDG. Our next news is coming from family planning. It says Dr. Harshvardhan addresses the event Family Planning 2020. Okay, celebrating the progress and transforming for the future. He spelled out India's vision. Every child is wanted, every birth is safe, every girl and woman is treated with dignity. Purpose of this event was to celebrate Family Planning 2020 partnership. India invested more than $3 billion by 2020 for FP services. Okay, guys, the next news is coming from ICMR. Now, what the ICMR is here, this is Indian Council of Medical Research, and another one is NCDIAR, that is National Center for Disease Informatics and Research. Okay, so it says that Dr. Harshvardhan presides over Foundation Day celebration and launch for decadal. Decadal means for a period of 10 years almost. Okay, decadal year for ICMR and NCDIAR. National Non-Communicable Diseases Monitoring Surveys. Okay, and framework for telemedicine use in management of cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and stroke in India was released. Awareness on reducing physical inactivity to combat NCDs was stressed. Okay, next slide says Dr. Harshvardhan addresses the fourth edition of Future Investment Initiative Forum. Okay, now what is this forum? Means meeting. Okay, any meeting is called that. So the purpose of this meeting being hosted by Riyadh was to find solution on how business and government can expand access to healthcare trained health workers. Okay, remove regulatory barriers encourage investment in advanced health technologies. Okay, next news is related to our GDP. It says that India's GDP to contract by 8% in FY21. Okay, so this much we will contract. Okay, that is the FCCI's latest economic outlook survey. Now, what is this FCCI over here? Yeah, this FCCI, this thing. Okay, the FCCI is your Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Okay, so further it says the annual median growth forecast by FICCI is based on responses from leading economists representing the industry, banking and financial services sector. Median growth forecast for agriculture and allied activities has been pegged at 3.5% for 2021. Okay, our next slide says Bharti Exa General Insurance launches Krishi Shakha. Okay, that is called Krishi Shakha app for farmers. It aims at helping the Indian farmers make informed decisions through customized information related to their farming requirement. It shares relevant information about the scientific way of farming, cropping, cultivation, sowing, and harvesting of major crops. Our next slide says Indo-Bangladesh signed a memorandum of understanding to design, make and launch a satellite fabricated by students from both countries. The project celebrates 50 years of the Indo-Bangladesh friendship and the 100th birth anniversary of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founder of Bangladesh. Memorandum of understanding represented by Chennai-based Space Kids India and Global Law Thinkers Society on Bangladesh side. Next slide is coming in from Meghalaya. It says Meghalaya CM Konrad Sangma inaugurates the India's longest road arc bridge. Okay, that is Vaharyu Bridge. It is 169 meters. Vaharyu Suspension Bridge at Sobhar East Khasi Hills district has been constructed at the cost of for rupees 49.395 crore under the non-lapsable central pool of resources of Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. The bridge is over Varyu River. Okay, next news says School of Public Health. Okay, launched in Rajasthan. It has been launched to make policy intervention for for building public health capacity and skills and bridge gaps between education and practice in Rajasthan. And the school will be provide technical support to health system and render means to give help to the state government with new tech. Next news is coming in from your Kolkata. It gets the Kolkata gets first boat library. Okay, cruising on the Hooghly River. The 3 hour trip will start from Millennium Park and the boat will travel to Belur Math Jetty. Okay, and return. The children will be able to choose from the selection of around 500 titles in English and Bengali books. Okay, on Young Readers Port Library. It is launched by the WB West Bengal Transport Corporation in collaboration with a bookstore. Okay, next news is coming in from Reliance. It says Reliance signs a $15 million deal with Israel firm to distribute COVID-19 breath test kit. Reliance will purchase hundreds of breath testing systems from the Israel company Breath of Health (BOH). Okay, this is the name of that company, and will use them to conduct the millions of tests a month at a cost of USD 10 million per month. Reliance will also lead research of the system in India. The next news says the NASA finds lost galaxy. Okay, shining out of the Virgo's bosom. Okay, miss here the word bosom is nearby or the proximity. NGC 4535, a hazy spiral galaxy, okay, is one of the largest in Virgo cluster, a collection of more than 2,000 galaxies located about 50 billion light years from the Earth. When viewed through the NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, it vanishes to reveal a vibrant sea of stars. And next news says the cabinet clears the policy on PSU privatization ahead of union budget. The policy was part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package announced by Nirmala Sitharaman in May 2020. Government had then announced intention to limit the presence of PCUs to one to four in strategic sectors and privatize, merge or bring the remaining under a holding company. Next news says the Textile Committee, Ministry of Textile signs the Memorandum of Understanding with MS Nishikin Quality Evaluation Center, Japan, to boost export. The main objective of Memorandum of Understanding is to provide required support to textile trade and industry for ensuring quality as per the requirement of Japanese buyers through testing, inspection, conformity assessment and training and capacity building R&D and consultancies. And Japan is the third largest export destination of textile and apparels, means clothes. Okay, next news is related to our cooking oil. It says Agriculture Minister proposes rupees 19,000 crore national mission for edible oil in budget. Okay, they want to bring the price in control. The mission entails a 5-year plan aimed at achieving self-sufficiency in production of cooking oil while cutting down its increasing import. Okay, so import will be cut down, which cost around 75,000 crore to the exchequer annually. Local production may also be eased in the price of cooking oil. Okay, our next slide says the power grid offers transmission assist worth rupees 7,000 crore via power grid InvIT IPO. Now, what is this InvIT? InvIT means investment. Okay, so InvIT is a collective investment scheme similar to your mutual fund. Okay. So this is the first attempt at an IPO of an InvIT by a state-owned firm. The private sector has seen two InvIT so far, namely IndiGrid InvIT and IRB, INFA InvIT. ICCI Securities, Axis Capital, and Edelweiss and HSBC Securities are working on this IPO. Next, and this will be our last one also. The center releases second basic grants installment of rupees 12,351 crore to 18 states for rural local bodies. The grants are released as per the recommendation of the 15th Finance Commission. It recommended the two types of the grant, basic and tied to the RLBs. Okay, first installment of basic grant worth rupees 18,199 was released in June 2020 and tied grants worth rupees 15,187.50 as well. Okay, so that's all for today's current affair, guys. Okay, this is what is happening around us. I have updated you guys. Okay, all right, and have a nice day. Bye bye.